Well, they haven't let us down so far, Phil Taylor and Michael van Gerwen, but look at this. Fabulous 1-5-1 finish to level up this semi-final at 5 legs apiece. Well, Phil Taylor can only watch and admire. Taylor had one dart at double 14 for a 5-1 lead. But Van Gerwen has come back and won 4 out of the last 5 legs. It's level pegging, 10 to go through to the final to take on Peter Wright.
Yes, all to play for, and as you could see from Phil Taylor's face, he was smiling after the first session. A bit more of a serious look after the second one.
Well, the finishing from Van Gerwen, 5 out of 8. 63% checkout success rate. Where's the advantage?
Kind of isn't one, is there? I suppose you've got to go with who's throwing first. But, as we know, that can change very quickly. With darts like these.
177!
Oh, 4 maximums and a nice little 177 to boot.
Well, he makes it look very easy, and so does Taylor. Can he reply? 140 would be okay.
100.
After the first dart, Taylor will be disappointed with that. Van Gerwen, 177. Can he follow it?
It's strange as well, when you've led in a match and you've been 2 or 3 legs in front, all of a sudden your opponent comes back. It's level. It's a really big leg, the next one, because all of a sudden you could be behind and your thought processes all change. You start looking around at other things. Why am I in this position?
100.
So big
Well,
leg for
only
Taylor.
100 from Van Gerwen, but he's left to finish on 124. Taylor no finish. Took out 151 to level the match at 5 all.
121.
Well, that's a great setup.
124.
The single one with the first one. Left 44.
He needs the ball.
99.
Well,
44.
will that miss make a difference? That was to put Van Gerwen ahead for the very first time in this semi-final. Double 16 for Taylor. Is this the biggest dart of this semi-final so far?
36.
And he's missed.
Might we require 25.
Disappointing look from Taylor.
And Michael Van Gerwen goes ahead for the first time in this semi-final. He's won 5 out of the last 6 legs. 2 costly mistakes from Philip Taylor. And here comes Michael Van Gerwen.
Well, he's certainly firing them in now. There's been a few dodgy moments. He's managed to get through them. He's clawed his way back into the match.
60.
And now he's in front and flying. Well, 2 maximums. And strangely enough, Phil Taylor has never had a 9-darter hit against him on TV.
Well, a 9-darter from Michael Van Gerwen against Rob Cross in the 4th round. Well, always the showman,
65.
always the entertainer, but I can assure you, this is about much more than this. It's about beating Phil Taylor, it's about winning, it's about getting to the final and defending his trophy.
180.
Good darts from Phil,
76.
but Van Gerwen homing in.
Tops he needs to stretch his advantage. Another leg for Michael Van Gerwen. 7-5, averaging 107. 6 180s, 64% checkout success rate for the world number 1. But do not write this man off.
140.
Well, that would be folly to do that. But he will be concerned.
134.
Was 4-1 up One down at double 14 for 5-1. All of a sudden, he's 7-5 down. That's how quickly this game can change
55.
at this level.
And now a chance for Van Gerwen.
135.
And he takes it. More pressure on Taylor now. All the pressure was on Michael Van Gerwen at the start. But now it's Taylor who has to find a way.
134.
Great switch from Phil Taylor.
Yeah, we said it in the last one, but he certainly and
134.
definitely needs this leg.
Darting deja vu. Terrific switch from Van Gerwen this time.
That's the switch.
58.
Is it enough?
We require 98.
I needed the treble 18 to leave double 12.
78. We require 114.
And you feel that Phil Taylor has to nail this. Treble 18. Yes. Here he goes.
94.
The
We require
little look
20.
tells you the story there. How big
Now
will
that's
the miss
awkward.
be?
Oh, what a dart that was! The dart of a champion. And Michael Van Gerwen moves 8-5 in front. He's won 4 on the spin. He's won 7 out of the last 8 legs.
100.
Well, Taylor's been consistent throughout in his average, so it just shows you how much Michael Van Gerwen's raised his.
45.
106 now. Well, he's certainly on the money now, isn't he, Stuart?
Yeah, spring in his step.
$140.
4-1, Taylor was in front.
$137.
He is the green, mean, darting machine. Magnificent on occasions, Michael Van Gerwen.
140. Mike, we require 129.
Now 6 darts if he needs them. Treble 16 would have left double 12.
89.
But he's left himself tops. Taylor looking at, well, he'd be hoping for a 140, only perhaps to leave.
They'd be hoping for another shot.
Yep. With a leave 16, yeah, to leave tops. So can Van Gerwen win another one? Has Taylor put the pressure on? Wow. Michael Van Gerwen, 9 out of 15 on the doubles. Phil Taylor's look says it all. 4-1 up. 1 dart at double 14 for a double break and 5-1. And that 1 dart changing the whole complexion of this semi-final.
140.
Yeah, both players been reasonably good on the doubles. Certainly Van Gerwen better.
100.
But he's just in that flow. And when he's in that flow, very difficult to master him. It really is.
$140.
You're very lucky to have 12 darts at the board in some legs.
140.
Well, Van Gerwen 107.38, Taylor 104.26. Quality. It was almost guaranteed. They haven't let us down.
135.
It's very much advantage the world number 1.
121. We require
Taylor
86.
looking good for this leg. But is it too late, or can he surge?
Brilliant, double 18 for double 16. Don't write him off. Terrific 86 finish from Phil Taylor. Stops the rot. Van Gerwen had won 5 straight legs. Van Gerwen still got a job to do.
57.
And only 57. Taylor, can he pounce? Van Gerwen still one leg away. It isn't over yet.
Well, they're certainly capable, we all know that. He knows that. Michael knows that. It's going to be a difficult job, though. You feel at some point Van Gerwen's going to have one of those legs.
I seem to remember Richard Ashdown, our spotter, mentioning that on this stage 2 or 3 years ago,
140.
Phil Taylor was 9-5 down in the Players' Championship to Andy Hamilton and won.
180.
Michael Van Gerwen is hoping that he'll be able to win it in this leg as he hits maximum number 7.
Ooh. He doesn't get a treble, he's in trouble.
60. Michael require 130.
Is he closing in? Treble to leave the ball. Can he win it?
104.
On the ball. Well, he was very close.
164.
Is this last chance saloon for Taylor? Can't do it now. He's now relying on Michael Van Gerwen
89.
missing the 25.
For a place in the final. To beat Phil Taylor, the defending champion, Michael Van Gerwen, with a sensational performance, an average of 107.57, coming from 4-1 down to switch off the power in Minehead. And we will have a repeat of last year's UK Open final. It will be Michael Van Gerwen against Peter Wright. The world number 1 beats the world number 3, and Phil Taylor's wait for another major ranking TV title goes on. Van Gerwen against Wright is our final.
There's one man that you don't want to be missing your doubles against. It is MVG, Chris.
No. And that,
Let's state the obvious.
yeah, I mean, from that point you just mentioned, Michael went on to win 9 of the next 11 legs, which is, some stat, and they both lifted their tournament averages. I think Taylor was around 101 for the tournament, and he averaged 104.5 in that game, and Michael 107.57. So it wasn't like one of them dipped. They both lifted their game, and you could see the frustration with Phil. It was a real forced performance because he was put up even at that opportunity where he missed the ball. He wouldn't have been home and hosed, but he was halfway there. It's slightly different if you're playing somebody that's playing beyond himself, which Phil wasn't. And Michael was just petering on the edge, and then from that point on, you give him a sniff, and that's it. He just kicks into gear and goes on one of them crazy runs of sub 15 dart legs.
Yeah, we talked before the match about Milton Keynes back in January when the two met, and Phil missed 7 darts to win that match, and today he missed his chances again. He had a chance 1-2-1 to make it 5-1 when his head hits the pillow tonight. How many times is he going to relive that, do you reckon?
Well, that's the thing at the moment. He will begin to feel this, and I mean, this was the key moment. I mean, what an opportunity. It would have been another break of throw, which again pushes him even closer to the winning line. And then Michael comes back and mops up. But for Phil at the moment, when he has got close, I don't think bottling it would be fair. But I think because it's such an issue now, and there's so much riding on a victory over Michael, they must begin to play mind games with him. I mean, he looked frustrated during that match. Afterwards, he just looked totally deflated. And it's really there's been moments in his career where he's changed darts or tried a different stem flight combination and things like that, but he's actually beginning to get dominated by Michael, and you can see the frustration.
Yeah, and again he missed another double for 6-5, and again it could have been another story, but we just kept seeing so many shots of him resigned to losing to Michael yet again.
Yeah, especially you can forgive him on the 1-2-1. He's only getting sort of 1 dart a double, but off 44 you would normally, I mean, it's
Taylor stops the rock. Van Gerwen had won 5 straight legs. Van Gerwen's still got a job to do,
57.
and only 57. Taylor, can he pounce? Van Gerwen's still one leg away. It isn't over yet.
Well, he's certainly capable, we all know that. He knows that.
137.
Michael knows that. It's going to be a difficult job, though. You feel at some point Van Gerwen's going to have one of those legs.
I seem to remember Richard Ashdown, our spotter, mentioning that on this stage 2 or 3 years ago,
140.
Phil Taylor was 9-5 down in the Players' Championship to Andy Hamilton and won.
180.
Michael Van Gerwen is hoping that he'll be able to win it in this leg as he hits maximum number 7.
Ooh. If he doesn't get a treble, he's in trouble.
60. Like we require 130.
Is he closing in? Treble to leave the ball. Can he win it?
105.
On the ball. Well, he was very close.
164.
Is this last chance saloon for Taylor? Can't do it now. He's now relying on Michael Van Gerwen
89.
missing the 25.
For a place in the final. To beat Phil Taylor, the defending champion, Michael Van Gerwen, with a sensational performance, an average of 107.57, coming from 4-1 down to switch off the power in Minehead. And we will have a repeat of last year's UK Open final. It will be Michael Van Gerwen against Peter Wright. The world number 1 beats the world number 3, and Phil Taylor's wait for another major ranking TV title goes on. Van Gerwen against Wright is our final.
There's one man that you don't want to be missing your doubles against. It is MVG, Chris.
Well, they haven't let us down so far, Phil Taylor and Michael Van Gerwen, but look at this. Fabulous 1-5-1 finish to level up this semi-final at 5 legs apiece. Well, Phil Taylor can only watch and admire. Taylor had 1 dart at double 14 for a 5-1 lead. But Van Gerwen has come back and won 4 out of the last 5 legs. It's level pegging, 10 to go through to the final to take on Peter Wright.
Yes, all to play for. And as you could see from Phil Taylor's face, he was smiling after the first session. A bit more of a serious look after the second one.
Well, the finishing from Van Gerwen, 5 out of 8.
Game on.
63% checkout success rate. Where's the advantage?
Kind of isn't one, is there? I suppose you've got to go with who's throwing first. But, as we know, that can change very quickly. With darts like these.
177.
4 maximums. And a nice little 177 to boot.
Well, he makes it look very easy, and so does Taylor. Can he reply? 140 would be okay.
100.
After the first dart, Taylor will be disappointed with that. Van Gerwen, 177. Can he follow it?
100.
Strange as well, when you've led in a match and you've been 2 or 3 legs in front, all of a sudden your opponent comes back. It's level. It's a really big leg, the next one, because all of a sudden you could be behind and your thought processes all change. You start looking around at other things. Why am I in this position?
100.
So big
Well,
leg
only
for
100
Taylor.
from Van Gerwen, but he's left to finish on 124. Taylor no finish. Took out 151 to level the match at 5-all.
121.
Well, that's a great setup.
124.
The single one with the first one. Left 44.
He needs the ball.
99. We require 44.
Will that miss make a difference? That was to put Van Gerwen ahead for the very first time in this semi-final. Double 16 for Taylor. Is this the biggest start of this semi-final so far?
36.
And he's missed.
Mike, we require 25.
Disappointing look from Taylor.
So Michael Van Gerwen goes ahead for the first time in this semi-final. He's won 5 out of the last 6 legs. 2 costly mistakes from Philip Taylor. And here comes Michael Van Gerwen.
Well, he's certainly firing them in now. There's been a few dodgy moments. He's managed to get through them. He's clawed his way back into the match.
60.
And now he's in front and flying. Well, it's 2 maximums. And strangely enough, Phil Taylor has never had a 9-darter hit against him on TV.
Well, a 9-darter from Michael Van Gerwen
Mike, we require
against Rob Cross
141.
in the 4th round. Well, always the showman,
65.
always the entertainer, but I can assure you this is about much more than this. It's about beating Phil Taylor, it's about winning, it's about getting to the final and defending his trophy.
180. Mike,
Good
we
darts from
require
Phil,
76.
but Van Gerwen homing in.
Topsy needs to stretch his advantage. Another leg for Michael Van Gerwen. 7-5, averaging 107. 6 180s, 64% checkout success rate for the world number 1. But do not write this man off.
140.
Well, that would be folly to do that. But he will be concerned.
134.
Was 4-1 up. 1 down at double 14 for 5-1. All of a sudden, he's 7-5 down. That's how quickly this game can change
55.
at this level.
And now a chance for Van Gerwen.
135.
And he takes it. More pressure on Taylor now. All the pressure was on Michael Van Gerwen at the start. But now it's Taylor who has to find a way.
134.
Great switch from Phil Taylor.
Yeah, we said it in the last one, but he certainly and
134.
definitely needs this leg.
Darting deja vu. Terrific switch from Van Gerwen this time.
That's the switch.
58.
Is it
We
enough?
require 98.
I needed the treble 18 to leave double 12.
78. We require 114.
And you feel that Phil Taylor has to nail this. Treble 18. Yes. Here he goes.
94.
Well,
we
the
require
little look
20.
tells you the story there. How big will
That's
the miss
awkward.
be?
Oh, what a dart that was! The dart of a champion. And Michael Van Gerwen moves 8-5 in front. He's won 4 on the spin. He's won 7 out of the last 8 legs.
100.
Well, Taylor's been consistent throughout in his average, so it just shows you how much Michael Van Gerwen's raised his.
45.
106 now.
$135.
Well, he's certainly on the money now, isn't he,
Yeah,
Stuart?
spring in his step.
140.
4-1, Taylor was in front.
$137.
He is the green, mean, darting machine. Magnificent on occasions, Michael van Gerwen.
140. Mike, we require 129.
Now 6 darts if he needs them. Treble 16 would have left double 12.
89.
But he's left himself tops. Taylor looking at, well, he'd be hoping for a 140, only perhaps to leave.
They'd be hoping for another shot.
Yep. With a leave 16, yeah, to leave tops. So can Van Gerwen win another one? Has Taylor put the pressure on? Wow. Michael van Gerwen, 9 out of 15 on the doubles. Phil Taylor's look says it all. 4-1 up. 1 dart at double 14 for a double break and 5-1. And that 1 dart changing the whole complexion of this semi-final.
140.
Yeah, both players been reasonably good on the doubles. Certainly Van Gerwen better.
100.
But he's just in that flow. And when he's in that flow, very difficult to master him. It really is.
$140.
You're very lucky to have 12 darts at the board in some legs.
140.
Well, Van Gerwen 107.38, Taylor 104.26. Quality. It was almost guaranteed. They haven't let us down.
135.
It's very much advantage the world number one.
121. We require
Taylor
86.
looking good for this leg. But is it too late, or can he surge?
Brilliant, double 18 for double 16. Don't write him off. Terrific 86 finish from Phil